EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. But tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll change the look. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give right side. Reed. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Harder on the tackle.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10.
You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reed. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw is Dart. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Sanders is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Second down and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 6 now. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And there's an example of not taking your practice work, your drill work, and turning it into game speed. You work on that all the time. 3rd and long, you want to let them make the catch, rally to the football, tackle them short of the sticks. The pursuit there, not that great.
Yeah, not great. That may be an understatement. That turned into a big play. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown,
Jalen Hurts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
The kick is good.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
The Giants did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll run on first down. It's Reed. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. This is 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Reed. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw now, Dart. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll go. Here's Dart. He'll try to do it himself. He finds his man complete. That's Fields. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
Check. Go.
Now again, right side. It's Reed. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Kevin King.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. From 13 yards out. And the Giants are able to move back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7.
Eagles 7. Jason Sanders set
now
to
after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. And audible here to get a new look. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
And an Eagle 1st down.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Hurts. And his pass incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up second and
10. Barkley inside handoff. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
touchdown.
Saquon Barkley, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out of the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard
Another good
line.
run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Here's Dart. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Dart. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. On 1st down, it's Reed. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Throwing his Dart. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Dart. Wide open receiver complete. As brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
That's another Giants.
Looking to throw Dart. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we've got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Now a handoff up the middle. Reed. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Dart going to look to throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down? They'll go for it. They are going to go. It's Dart. He'll try to do it himself. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on fourth down. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
From the 23, here's second down at a yard. Now a toss right to Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got Smith here. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter. Get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in first and goal.
They'll try the option on first and goal. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Gets this to Saquon Barkley out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 75. And the Eagles are able to add on to that lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
On the return, the Giants take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 50 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Now they'll change things up. Right back to him on first down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12. At the
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Nabers. He is out of bounds inside the 35.
17 yards.
So they come up first and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll try the left side. It's Reed. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
10 yards.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
Third down.
Dart from the gun on third down. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
Here we go, set. Panther 11, Panther 11. Go.
They'll run on first down. It's Reed trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And 10.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Dart. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Dart. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Andrew McCougar. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 82 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Down right around the 25.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Giants 13. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
19 tight. 19 tight. Here we go. Here we go. Dragon 60. 65 jack. 65 jack.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Keely Ringo picks it off.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good.
It is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Let's see if they go back to base. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
37-yard line.
Warriors 70. Panther 11. Panther 11. Buffalo 18. Hurt. Banjo.
Throwing, dart. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Set up. Check up.
Up the middle they go. Reed. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
70, 18, Rattler. 19 tight. Panther 6, 7 Pirates. 19 Lion. 60 Bobcats. Dragon 60. 79 Bronco. Mustang 19. 18 Pioneer. Hey, Smash.
Hey, check.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought